Hello everyone, welcome to Malik 034 channel. This is Mallikarjun. In this today's session, I am going to explain about the installation and configuration of Oracle Grid Infrastructure for a cluster, and on top of that, installation of Oracle RAC home installation, and then creating a database, RAC database, on top of that grid cluster infrastructure. So this particular session is very useful for the junior DBAs and senior DBAs, because this session I'm going to cover from the scratch, how to install your virtual machines and how to do a configuration of your virtual machines, a two node rack in a virtual machines, and what are the network you have to select, what are the RPM need to install, and what are the users you need to create, and what are the groups you need to create, and how the directory structure for my cluster home and Oracle home, and then how to create a forward zone and reverse zone, how the DNS configuration you can do it, and you can achieve it using your local virtual machine. This particular session covers A to Z from the scratch for the configuration and installation of the grid infrastructure, and then the database installation. So before I get started with the today's session, if you are new to my channel, always go back to YouTube and search for Malik034, and then please do subscribe. And if you missed out my previous sessions, you always refer in my YouTube channel. It will be available in my YouTube channels. And if you like my videos, please share, like, and comment, and always share with your friends and colleagues. Let's get started with the today's session. So this today's session, like if you see high level steps here, what this particular sessions is going to be, it's a complete series of sessions. I'm going to launch 3 4 videos or 4 5 videos based upon the timeline. So I'm covering these many topics in this Oracle VirtualBox setup, installing OEL, and creating a users and directories like grid user, Oracle users, and and how grid home and DB home, and configuring my DNS name server configuration. And once you have done on node 1, you can clone that VM at a node 2. You will be ready with the two node VMs, two node rack, and then creating a shared disk between both the nodes, node 1 and node 2, and configuring Oracle ASM on node 1 and node 2, and then running the pre-check for rack setup, and installing and configuring the grid infrastructure on that two node cluster, and installing your Oracle home on those two nodes, and creating a ASM disk groups on those two nodes in my Oracle grid infrastructure, creating a record disk group, a data disk group, whatever disk group you wish to create, and creating your Oracle database on top of the grid infrastructure cluster, and then doing some port checks. So these are the high level steps I'm going to cover in detail. So it will be very useful for junior DBAs and senior DBAs, and anybody who want to install any versions of VMs or any versions of Oracle clusterware. So if I just quickly brief on these 10 steps, in the Oracle VirtualBox, I'm going to show you what all software you need to download, VirtualBox software, VL softwares, and GI and DB softwares. I'm going to cover like how to download and what are versions you need to select. And then once you download with the software, and how you can configure your VirtualBox. There's a VirtualBox, you need to select a private IP, public IP, private IP, and internet adapter. Public IP is for connectivity, and private IP is for internal node communication, and internet adapter is for installing some RPM, and configuring, accessing your internet in your VMs. So everything I'm going to cover here. So this is very critical part, configuration of your VirtualBox, and this selecting these adapters, and then mounting your shared directory between your laptop and the VM, so that you can copy files and folders and softwares between your laptop and the VM without using any external device, right? This is about the VirtualBox setup. And installing the OEM, I'm going to cover in detail how you can install OEM, what are the options you need to select, what are the customization you can do it in OL5, OL6, OL7, and OL8. I'm going to cover everything here. And how you can create a custom partition. You need to create a boot partition, swap partition, user owned partition, home partition, and root partition. Everything I'm going to show you how to do custom partitions. And creating a swap space, again one of the critical and important step. I'm going to show you how much swap you need to select based upon your RAM. And installing guest additional CD images. Once you install your OEL, so you need to install your guest additional CD images for the copy paste between your host machine to VMs. And you fit your VM screen to applicable to your laptop screen. or desktop screen. So this get additional RPM or get additional CD is very very important. And installing the prerequisites RPM, some of the RPMs you need to install. Once you install your OEL, you need to install some RPMs like X11 RPMs and X forwarding, some of the RPMs like bind RPMs and DNS RPMs. You need to install those RPMs. I'm going to cover here. And how to configure with your etc host file, with your public IPs, private IPs, and VIPs and scan IPs. I think I'm going to cover in this. And coming to the third, I'm going to show you how to create users and directories users like grid user and Oracle users, and what are the grid user IDs, what ID you can assign, and what are the groups like OInstall, DBA, RACOPER, and ASM admin, ASM DBA. All those groups, how you can create and how you can modify these users, and how you can assign primary groups and secondary groups for these users. I'm going to cover here. And creating GI and DB directories, like how your GI home should be and how your DB home should be, and then how you can access both grid and DB. Grid user and Oracle user can able to access my central inventory. Then where to define central inventory, everything I'm going to cover here. And then after that, I'm going to show you what are the batch profile, how you are ideally set your batch profile for the grid user and Oracle user. I'm going to show you here. And then in the DNS name server configuration, I'm going to show you about firewall, how you can enable disable the firewall, and how you can allow port, whether how you can check whether port is opened or not. I'm going to show you here. And then I'm going to show you like how you can configure your NTP and your server. If you use your NTP, and your CTSS, cluster synchronization service, will be in observer mode. If you don't use NTP, your cluster synchronization service is going to be active mode. So either you can use NTP or either you can use CTSS, anyone you can use. So I will show you how to configure your NTP in OS level. And then I'm going to show you how to enable your forward zone and reverse zone, and how to verify NS lookup. After setting up your forward zone and reverse zone, you will be able to verify your NS lookup of node 1, node 2, public IPs, VIPs, scan IPs, everything you are going to do NS lookup. It should work fine. And I'm going to show you how to create your name.config and result.config, very very important for the DNS configuration. So I'm going to show you in detail how you can configure and how you can achieve in your virtual box. And going to the fifth topic, cloning. Once you do this all setup in node 1, and simply you can clone the node 1 as a node 2. So changing the, after you clone, you can change the host name as a node 2. You will be, host name and IP address will be same as node 1. So you just need to change that host name to be node 2 and change the IP address appropriately and verify the IF config. So this I'm going to show you here. And creating the shared disk, if you are ready with node 1 and node 2, your two VMs are ready. And then you can create a shared disk, and creating a shared disk at the node 1 and node 2 level, and then how you can share between both the nodes, and how you can format using a F disk in Linux level. And I'm going to show you here in a shared disk creation. And configuring Oracle ASM, once you create a partition your disk, once you shared disk are created, and then you did the format of those shared disk, so you can use Oracle ASM configure I to configure your Oracle ASM, and load your Oracle ASM using Oracle ASM init. And you can create your ASM disks on top of your Linux disks. So once you create your shared disk using Oracle ASM create disk, you can create ASM disks. So once ASM disks are created, you can give those ASM disks to ASM for creating your disk groups. And you can verify scan disk, list disk, and installing the CVU disk RPM. I'm going to show you this everything in this configuring Oracle ASM. And before we actually get started into the grid infrastructure installation, we will verify using run Cluffe stage pre CRS installation -n node 1 node 2 -verbose. So which will give me complete detailed output, and if there are any outstanding issues, it will list out. We will fix all those issues, and then we'll go forward, and we'll start with installing and configuring Oracle grid infrastructure for a cluster. So I'm going to cover the 11204 grid infrastructure installation, and 12c grid infrastructure installation, and 19c grid infrastructure installation. All these three installation I'm going to show you in a different server. I'm going to create node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4, node 5, node 6, and then 2 node cluster. I'm going to use it for 11G and 2 node I'm going to use it for 12c, and 2 node I'm going to use it for 19c. And then once the installation is done, it will ask you to run the root inst vara inst root.sh and root.sh. You are going to run it on both the nodes, and I'm going to explain you what all this script is going to do and what are the importance of this script when we actually do this installation. And once the grid instruction is done, I will quickly verify everything, and then after that I will start with Oracle home installation. So again, Oracle home installation, I'm going to do 11g, 12c and 19c. Again, vara inst root.sh and root.sh. Again, I'm going to explain while installing Oracle home what are the importance and what it will do exactly in the behind the screen. And then once Oracle home is ready, I'm going to create a disk group using ASMCA, ASM configuration assistant. Using ASMCA, I'm going to create a Rico disk group or whatever disk group, as we plan, we will create it. And then once the disk groups are ready, I'm going to create my actual database, rack database. So I'm going to install again 11g, 12c and 19c rack database on node 1 and node 2 and node 3 and node 4 and node 5 and node 6. So I'm going to cover this one. And once the database is ready, I'm going to do the some post checks like configure your database and listeners, and adding listeners to the cluster where, and then verifying your active instances, everything. I'm going to do some post checks, and that concludes a complete understanding of grid infrastructure software installation and configuration, and database installation configuration for any Linux box or any grid infrastructure versions like either 11g or 12c and 13 19c. So after this session, so I hope everyone will be very much confident and very much aware of all this grid infrastructure installation in their own lab setup using VMware VirtualBox. Stay tuned guys for each session. I'm going to upload into my YouTube channel like all these sessions soon, so very useful for you guys. Thank you.